Hey everyone, welcome to another Master Pairings with me, Dr. Bill, and today I have Stephen with me. Hey Stephen, how's it going, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good. And today, what are we drinking?
We are drinking a pale ale that's not quite a pale ale.
That's right, Yellowtail Pale Ale from Ballast Point. It's actually brewed in the Kolsch style. Kolsch is the term for Cologne, Germany. We call it Cologne, they call it Kolsch. It's a beer style that's brewed there. It's very old. It's actually an ale, but it's an ale that's brewed with ale yeast, but lagered like a Pilsner.
Right.
So what happens is all of the characteristics of an ale, the big aggressive yeast characteristic, mellows out and it becomes more Pilsner-like with a nice sweet finish. So let's see how they did with their interpretation of this.
Big fan of Ballast Point.
Reisdorf is a famous Kolsch brewery, and so I actually have some Reisdorf's glasses, so we'll pour them in there. So be careful because you're not gonna get a lot of volume in there, and it's gonna foam up right away probably.
Oh, this is not my
Unless
first rodeo.
you take your time. Well, that's good.
Boom.
Beautiful. Almost to the top, not bad.
Can I ask why they call this a pale ale instead of a Kolsch?
Probably, I'm guessing marketing. Yusuf and Colby and Mr. White, the owner. I'm guessing they probably did that. I mean, it is a pale beer.
Right.
It is an ale.
So technically, it's a pale ale.
Is it brewed in a classic English or American style pale ale? No.
Because I can tell right off the nose that this is not. This is more Pilsnery. So, are you going to cheers it, or are you just going to start drinking without me?
Since you did that to me a couple weeks ago, I thought I'd just pay back.
Payback. All right, well, cheers.
Cold.
Cheers.
Served cold.
Nice. Cheers to payback and revenge, as well as good beer. Yeah, it definitely has a Kolsch quality to it. This is obviously a Kolsch. So.
Well, it's not a Grolsch or Kolsch.
No,
It's a Kolsch.
Kolsch.
No G.
I like the R.
R.
No G, but there's an R.
No R. Kolsch.
No, there's not. As I'm looking at the glass, like
K-O-L-S-C-H.
I've always called it a Kolsch.
Very subtle beer.
Yeah.
Obviously. So delicate. Have it with seafood. Have it with light cheeses. Have it with salads. Things of that nature.
This definitely seems like a good sushi beer.
We cooked up a little salmon. So jump on in there. Just a little simple preparation. Lovely.
Love salmon. Oh, wow.
See how that plays?
Yeah. That's really nice.
Brings out the sweetness of the beer, but yet lets the salmon play. And if you add a little citrus going on, which I did not add to this, but if you added a little citrus.
Yeah, that's a whole new level with the salmon. The salmon's got a nice rich texture and flavor, and very very nice flavor profile. You add this with this, it brings out the sweetness, it dries it out a little bit, and it just gives it just such a great finish.
Which does it do, Stephen? Does it add sweetness or dry it out?
It does both.
It does both at different points of your palate, doesn't it?
It's sweetness at the front, and then it dries out in the back, and it just kind of brings everything kind of together. It wraps it up into a nice little Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's a
like
very
having Santa in
underrated
your mouth.
style, primarily because there's very few Kolsches that make it to the United States. Kolsches are a beer, even though they're lagered, once they're released, I like them fresh, just like I like Pilsners fresh. There's nothing like being in Pilsen and drinking Pilsner Urquell.
Okay.
And drinking
I can imagine.
Or being in Cologne and drinking a Kolsch, sitting in the marketplace and just enjoying a nice Kolsch in the glass.
We'll have to do a master pairing from both those locations.
I'm all for it. But yeah, it's a historically older style in Germany, but it's, as you know, because they're Reinheitsgebot, and most German beers are lagers. This is not a lager.
Right. But it's a ale that's lagered. Right.
It is lagered.
Right. So I think that the Kolsch gets confused with Pilsners quite a bit.
They do. If you're ever if you want to do something fun, take a classic Pilsner. You can take Czech or German. Slight variations, but matter of fact, take either one and put it with the Kolsch, and I think you'll find a sweeter, more rounded finish on the Kolsch.
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. And that's because the ale yeast really plays through with that.
Yeah.
All right?
Okay.
So
Good to know.
thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers to another Master Pairings.
Boom.